It's going to be another 3-hour episode if we keep on talking about it.
Exactly. And we are live.
Nice.
I don't
Okay.
see my picture. There it is. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a special addendum of the Just Two Marks Wrestling Recap Show. Because Dynamite, because the damn fucking NBA, Dynamite was preempted, so we're gonna, myself and Eric on the other end of the tin cannon string, well, we're going to review Dynamite. We'll talk a little bit about NXT TakeOver, and we'll get out of here in a solid 20. So we say. So we say. So,
Yeah.
You want to start with TakeOver?
Yeah, we can do it pretty quickly.
All right, so you got the notes for TakeOver. Take it away.
Yeah, I ended up watching Takeover first just because the time schedule and everything didn't work out for me as I wanted to. But I caught it right when Balor was pretty much winning. Like, I didn't see the full first match of Balor versus Thatcher. I don't even know who Timothy Thatcher was or whoever that guy is. But
he's a good wrestler. I enjoy Timothy Thatcher.
I'll have to go back and rewatch it because I don't know if it was a good match or not. But I just like the ending. How I thought Balor used that. What was the DDT called? The 1979 or whatever it is.
Yeah, 17. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. So I saw him do it, and I was like, "Oh, cool! I like that he's using a different finisher." But then when I was watching recaps later, I guess it was for a reason. Like his knee got hurt or something in the match. So
and
I gotta go back and rewatch the whole thing.
And Breezango did become the #1 contender. So EZ was right in his prediction there.
Oh, did I miss that one too? I think I missed that one.
That's the only one you missed.
The Breezango?
Mm. That's all you missed.
Yeah. Oh well. But this one, didn't I predict this one? I got Balor right.
Let me check. We ended up not using TakeOver as part of the.
As the predictions.
Yeah, I didn't use that because give more people time to enter. They'll give them all of Saturday and part of today to enter if you wanted to. Still enter the contest. Ray's in the house.
Oh, I see. Well, I think I predicted that.
Yeah, Balor, I think you did too. North American Championship, Bronson Reed versus Cameron Grimes versus Damian Priest versus Johnny Gargano versus He Who Shall Not Be Named. And my prediction came true because I predicted Damian Priest. So
yeah, I was wrong on this one. it was a good ladder match, but one spot particularly,
the Velveteen Dream thing was very it made me feel uneasy because you can say what you want to about everything else going on. This is one where there's kind of like a little bit more concrete evidence on some shit.
Yeah.
And, while I support the movement, this is just kind of all right, it's very much on the nose here, and he's still wrestling. What the fuck?
Yeah.
But still a great match. I'll give it, I won't completely hate on a good match.
Well, I just say the whole Candice LeRae spot, the entire thing just enraged me. I don't understand. She was trying to tear. She took like 15 seconds or way too long, whatever it was, to tear down the ladder. And the guy just stood there and was like, "What are you doing? Like, throw her out of the ring then. What the hell?" It's like obviously it's not going to be a disqualification or whatever. She can be interfering as much as she was interfering, but I just thought that whole thing was awful. Because this is the same reason why I don't like Zelina Vega either.
All right, hang on. We got a chatter here. Hey, big favor. Can you guys vote JTJ on Wrestle Talks live stream? They're trying to stop Sean Ross Sapp from beating them. I don't know what any of that is, but okay. I'll see what I'm supposed to do.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's in the chat.
Oh, I see.
That's all.
I thought that one guy looked like Bam Bam Bigelow. I forget what his official name is. In the ladder match, I thought he was going to win at first.
What's I guess what's vote JTJ. We're giving credence to not my stream here. What the fuck? I don't know what JTJ and FTF is, but
all right, let's see. Are we moving on?
Yeah, we're moving on. I did my part with that, but yeah, I voted. Moving on to the next match. Adam Cole versus Pat McAfee, and this was good. This was really good. Pat McAfee.
Yeah, I didn't expect anything. I got a kick out of it.
Yeah. I don't think it was as good as Daniels and Stephen Amell from All In. You can call me a biased guy all you want, but I think this was a pretty close second.
I thought this was probably the best celebrity match I've seen.
Even better than that one at All In.
Yeah, that was with Christopher Daniels too, right? Daniels pretty much worked his ass off for that one. You can tell.
Yeah,
this one it seemed like this guy was like I said in the text, it seemed like he was one of those kids you play on when you're playing a game online or whatever, and there's a kid all of a sudden enters the arena and you just know he's using a special character with maxed out stats and just doesn't give a shit about the rules. That's what McAfee reminded me of, because the way he's doing all these backflips and just like whatever, but he even had good mic skills and stuff too. So
yeah, he's like I like Pat McAfee's like stand up, which if you ever get a chance to check that out, it's worth checking out. He's pretty funny.
He did stand up too. Who is this guy? I thought he was just an NFL player.
Yeah, he was a punt. He actually give you a little backstory on Pat McAfee. He ended up retiring early as a punter. As a punter in the NFL, you can punt for years if they want you.
Yeah.
He retired early because he's like, well, he had knee surgery. He's like, rather than keep doing this and keep bouncing from team to team, he was just gonna retire. And he started like a podcast. He podcasts every morning, and they talk about sports, wrestling, everything. That's where the whole storyline started. Was they had a little kayfabe tiff on
little argument
on the show. Yeah. Well, I
heard about it, but I saw it when
McAfee was being a dick,
recaps.
And then eventually Adam Cole snapped on him. But it's like the guy's talented and the guy's charismatic, Pat McAfee. So yeah, I really enjoyed him and really enjoyed this match.
Yeah, that's like how Vince expects all the celebrities to perform whenever he pulls people in, like Gronk and
he's better than Gronk.
yeah, it was good. It was a great match. The whole thing was great too, not just like because he did a couple cool moves or whatever. It was just the whole thing was good. So I'm glad Cole won. McAfee shouldn't have won. I still agree with Cole winning, but
yeah, me too. But I'm happily wrong in my prediction that one. The next one is Io Shirai versus Dakota Kai. I forgot who I predicted in this one. I think I went Dakota Kai and I was wrong, but still a good match.
Yeah, I just wrote all I have in my notes is I don't really have much to say about it. It was good.
Yeah. So then we have the main event, which is Carrion Cross versus Keith Lee. Carrion Cross becomes the new NXT champion, so yay for me for that one being right. But unfortunately, he's apparently legitimately injured. We will see what happens with that in the coming weeks. But that sucks after winning a big match like that.
Yeah. I just like how they played Lee like a jump, though. Corey Graves kept on saying, look at how gassed he is. He's out of break. No way he can keep up with Carrion Cross. It's like, wow, what a way to bury Lee.
Yeah, that's kind of, I kind of thought that too. It's like, what the?
Yeah.
Keith Lee, who I think is probably like the most, you could say he broke out last year, but he's like, Keith Lee could win the Royal Rumble next year, and I'd be like, okay, I get it. Like, that's not out of nowhere to me.
Yeah, I can see that. Either him entering or either winning or something. Yeah.
Well, they did a damn fine job with Keith Lee, and how he was the first one to really kind of he didn't eliminate Brock, but he was the first to make Brock look vulnerable.
Yeah, but then that can be said with Cole, too, and stuff. It's like, what's Cole even hanging out there for? They can bring up a few people, I think, but Keith Lee makes the most sense.
All right, so now for the whole reason we did doing this stream.
Yes. Dynamite.
Hogan has a new okay, hang on. We got some here in the chat. I'll explain. Hogan has a new tattoo on his arm that says, I am that I am, but in cursive it says jam that jam. It's a running joke. Okay, I check out Wrestle Talk a little bit, but I've heard them say jam that jam, but I don't know what that means. So Dynamite. Bring the boom, Dynamite. The opening match, which I thought was, if I can actually pull up the results.
I thought the opening match was great.
I loved it.
When I was looking at recaps and stuff, they were saying that there's a lot of botches. It didn't seem like the two teams meshed well or whatever. But when I
I
was
thought it
watching,
was
I
great.
thought,
Yeah.
yeah, me too.
I mean,
I didn't see any of that, but
and
I thought
I
it was
also
awesome.
like how officially Tully is with FTR now.
Yeah, with the new logo, or don't they have
New
like a new
logo, and Tully's got the
jacket?
jacket.
Merch.
You know, yeah, this is you know, for better or worse, Spears hasn't worked out so well. He might be part of this. You never know. I'm not throwing in the towel on him, but
Well, they should have cut to him in the crowd, just like looking over, like just wishing he was invited, kind of a thing.
yeah, it was kind of. So I don't know, like if they're just gonna turn on him and what's gonna happen with this, or if he's gonna be part of the group, or what's going on. But yeah, now that Tully's with FTR, we're finally gonna maybe see Tully get his due as a manager, where I thought he was really going to get it with Spears, especially leading into All Out last year, and he didn't really get much. But now that he's with FTR, it's definitely going to be he's going to be on a little bit more of a higher profile now as a manager. And me being the Tully Blanchard fan that I am, I'm really excited to see that. And I like FTR.
Yeah, I think it pretty much makes them the main threat now. I think they're going to win the belts and stuff soon. Like
the main threat to the belts, because there's another big threat that
it.
became a big threat this past, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
I cannot find a good frickin' website with the reaction or with the results for. I mean, son of a bitch.
For the results?
I remember the results, but like it's just kind of like. MJF cut a hilarious promo. Moxley and MJF had some good promos. We'll just lump them all together. Really liked Moxley's promo and how he was able to, as much of a weasel as MJF is, he still like puts over his talent, which I thought was good.
Yeah.
And then ties that back into, but you're still not going to beat me. So many people want to go, you suck and you shouldn't be here. Like. I like the Young Bucks, but like leading up to some of their matches, they just go like, "You're not as good as us because we do all this." And okay, it's good for like if you're being a heel, but they're baby faces. Or I'm sorry, I broke my own rule there. Good if you're being a bad guy, but they're good guys.
Yeah. MJF's a good actor though. He was able to cry on command.
Oh yeah. So we go to that. There, he wants to ban the paradigm shift. And next we have the Jurassic Express, Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy versus part of the Nightmare Family, Dustin Rhodes and QT Marshall versus the Lucha Bros, the Butcher and the Blade, and the Nightmare Family and Jurassic Express combo wins. And then Eddie Kingston comes out and essentially starts a new stable with the Lucha Bros and the Butcher and the Blade. And I'm interested to see where this goes, because I like that there's a lot of factions in AEW. Some people, that's a turnoff for them. Like, I like the sort of, everybody's in a faction, everybody's kind of got something to do or something to be a part of with the faction.
But these guys were in factions, like the Death Triangle and then Butcher, Blade, and the Bunny or whatever. Now they're all just hanging out with it. It's cool. I'm not against it. I like all the teams. I like Lucha Brothers and Butcher and Blade. So seeing the heels just kind of stick together is cool too, but like
the Death Triangle,
the ending confused me.
Right, Death Triangle I think's on hiatus until Pac can come back from the UK.
Is he gonna come back? You think he's gonna come back?
He might. I wouldn't. I mean, he may be more of a. He may be kind of like their Lesnar, if he does more like keeps his dates more Japan and the UK. But I do think I don't think he's gonna go back to WWE if that's what you're thinking.
No, not WWE. I just mean because he was hesitant to join AEW at first anyway, then it didn't work out the first time, and then he did come, and then now it seems like
Well, it's not because he doesn't want to. At least for what I've been led to understand, it's not because he doesn't want to be there. It's because he lives in the UK and there's an international travel ban right now.
Yeah.
So.
Well, hopefully he does because he's talented. So.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's then, what Death Triangle, they're just kind of up in the air. But Lucha Brothers don't even need it anyway. They can literally just be like themselves and their own team, and then whatever.
No, and nothing against Butcher and Blade or anything like that. But it's like now in these multi-man matches, you can have Butcher and Blade or Kingston take the fall to protect the Lucha Bros.
Yeah, but did you see the smile that Kingston gave to the camera too, and they all hugged? Like like they all get a group hug, and he purposely just looked
I
at
did
the camera
see that.
and just
Yeah, that's
smiled or
awesome.
whatever. It was hilarious.
Eddie Kingston is finally getting his due on a national stage, and I love it. Funny story. We're diverting off on a tangent, but I went to a local show the Sunday before we all met back up again in New York. So
Oh, yeah.
I went to that show, and the Lucha Bros and Eddie Kingston were on that show.
Oh, that's what you were telling me. Eddie Kingston was there.
Yeah, Kingston was there. So I'm in line to meet the Lucha Bros, and then I see Eddie Kingston. I'm like, I've never met Eddie Kingston before, and I watched him in Chikara and CZW and stuff like that. So I go like, hey, can I please get a picture with you? Yeah, he said like, yeah, it's cool, but one thing real quick, and he goes, hey, Phoenix, he wants a picture with me. I got fans. He takes a picture with me, and the girl I was seeing at the time takes a picture of us, and off we go. And I'm just like, that was funny.
I don't know. I don't. I have to go back and watch his matches or whatever, but he seems pretty hilarious.
He's
every time he's on the mic and stuff.
He's kind of I would kind of compare him to like a Cody, to where he's what he may lack in quote unquote work rate, he makes up for with diversity in character and charisma. He can be like a tragic hero you rally behind, like he did this like in Chikara and CZW. He was this like guy you felt bad for, and you rallied behind him as an underdog, and he's getting screwed over, and he's not a fair shake, kind of like a Naito or a Tommy Dreamer. Or he can just be like this despicable, detestable, awful bad guy. And you just want to see this weaselly scumbag get the fuck beat out of him. So he's he's so diverse in how his character, which is just as important as your in-ring work.
Right. So he's more like a brawler than too, like.
Yeah, he's very much a brawler. Brawler,
right. Yeah,
storyteller.
I'll have to check him out.
There's one a show from Chikara from when Daniel Bryan was fired in 2010 after choking Justin Roberts with his tie and that whole ordeal, where Bryan goes back. Yeah. Bryan went back to the Indies and he wrestled Kingston and Chikara, and it wasn't the greatest match because Kingston tried to wrestle a Daniel Bryan style match, and after Mike, he said like, I couldn't keep up with him.
Right.
Just like he just meant like, I tried to do that and I attempted to keep up with him, but it didn't work. So, he's not going to be able to keep up. Yeah, so he's not going to be able. That kind of gives you an idea. Like, okay, so he didn't really have a good match with Daniel Bryan because he tried to do too much. But you put him in a freaking hardcore brawl against fucking
Joey Janela.
Joey Janela, but I was going to say like, fucking look at what he did with Cody.
A
few weeks ago.
Cody too.
But enough about that. Moving on. Chris Jericho has challenged Orange Cassidy to a Mimosa Mayhem match.
This is going to be my new Sunday morning ritual, I think, Mimosa Mayhems. I'm going to start doing that. This sounds like the most crazy thing. Only Jericho's going to be able to make it work.
I'm with you because I heard this, and I just thought about a couple guys in our big group chat, and they're like, they're going to tear this fucking idea to shreds.
Yeah.
And they're going to talk about how dumb AEW is for doing something so stupid. But then I kind of felt like, you know what? It's Chris Jericho.
Yeah, like the Stadium Stampede match by all means shouldn't have worked as well as it did, but that's like one of the best matches or best times watching a match I've had in a long time.
I love the Stadium Stampede.
But it's kind of like an Inferno match, but instead of putting your opponent through fire, you have to put him through a
put him into a vat of a mimosa. So,
oh man, it's hilarious.
Okay then. And I'm sure you're gonna see some other people get the best friends and Santana and Ortiz get involved, and
everyone in the pool. Yeah,
everyone's gonna end up in the mimosa, and then. I think I can see, like, Chris Jericho winning the match by, like, pinfall or submission.
Yeah,
with all the
I mean, they
brawling.
can always have
He can win the
those
match by
options are
pinfall or
there.
submission, then he'll be all like, "Yeah, I won," and then like they could all throw him in the mimosa anyway. So it's like, but look at you,
Another $7,000 jacket
pretty
down the
much.
drain. Yeah, it's gonna be funny. I can't wait for that.
It's gonna be fun. I'd say it's Chris Jericho and it's Orange Cassidy, and they've made everything work so far. So trust in Jericho, and they will not let you down.
Yeah, definitely.
So from there we go to Young Bucks and Kenny Omega defeating the Dark Order, and we're seeing some more teases of the Cleaner coming back.
Yep. Pretty much just the same old on this one. They've been doing it for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
This one felt like the most raw kind of a thing. We're just like the same old kind of thing.
Yeah, but it was still kind of advancing the what the hell is going. Kenny's still doing that. What the hell is going on with Kenny? So it's kind of like it was a stopgap.
It was a cool finish.
Yeah, it was a stop. Pretty much, it's the stopgap to like, hey, don't forget about Kenny possibly going crazy again.
Yeah.
And then there was also a backstage interview with FTR and Tully about the tag team gauntlet match for the #1 contendership to the tag titles, and some interaction with Hangman Page where kind of teasing more of Hangman going to be with FTR and leaving the Elite. So
yeah, they shared a beer over it, so they're thinking about it.
More intrigue.
Yeah.
Darby Allin defeats Will Hobbs in what's essentially a squash, but then he gets beaten down by Team Taz. Standard segment, way to get some more stuff on Team. Way to make, kind of giving the ball to Ricky Starks a little more in this one, which I was not against. Letting him talk a little more, letting him... He's kind of been a fall guy lately, so this is kind of nice to see him kind of get something.
Right.
But other than that, nothing really too spectacular. We did the picture-in-picture. You had Sammy Guevara doing his sign thing again, and right in the middle of it, Matt Hardy attacks him and throws him through some tables and sets up a table match between Matt and Sammy Guevara. And I'm really liking how they're doing this program. I think Sammy's really going to come out way better after working with Matt Hardy.
Oh, yeah. Well, but yeah, I want Matt Hardy's new shirt, too. It's awesome. I will never die, or whatever it says.
Yes.
It's all bloody. But, yeah, it's going to be a great match, too. And then, Hardy's going to put him over, so.
I see maybe Sammy losing this one, and maybe at All Out they have something bigger. Or this one, or them both going through the table and having something bigger at All Out.
Yeah.
I can see that happening.
Wait, I thought it was at All Out. They're just doing it on Dynamite?
They're doing it next week on Dynamite, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a feud. It's a good feud, so
right.
It's been going for a while, too.
Diamante and Ivelisse beat the Nightmare Sisters in the Women's Tag Team Tournament Finals.
Did you go back and watch the YouTube episodes of the tag team?
I watched some of them. I mean, this was probably my favorite tag team in the tournament. Diamante and Ivelisse, and Brandy's not the best wrestler, but I think she did okay in this match. Her and Allie.
Yeah,
or the bunny.
I'm just glad. I thought it was great. Like from all of the, I guess they put all the matches on YouTube, not on Dark or not on Dynamite. But
right.
I watched all 3 episodes, and they were all great, except for I was just hoping that Brandy did not win. Because it's always obvious a mile away when she tries to write herself into the show and stuff.
Right.
But it's like, dude, if Brandy wins, I'm gonna fucking flip my table over. And then she didn't take the pin, did she? I don't remember.
I don't remember either. Let me.
If she did, that'd be interesting. I thought Allie did, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I like Ivelisse and I forget the other girl's name, Diamante.
Diamante, yeah.
Yeah, I like both of them as they're good as a team, whatever. But I'd rather see all the women in the tournament that's been involved start flooding the women's division in AEW because they need it.
Yeah, they do need it.
If they have all these talent to work with and stuff, and they can all go, just let them loose.
I'm with you there. It's just kind of a shame that probably one of their best wrestlers is hurt right now. And I'm not talking about Britt Baker. I'm talking about Chris Statlander.
Yeah. Oh, is that what happened? She got hurt.
Yeah, she
Okay.
tore ACL.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Uh. I don't know. Penelope Ford. I guess she's Penelope Ford is good. I remember just seeing her the first time at All In and just being like, I'll never forget that because I was just like, she was awesome. She did
Yeah.
great. And then watching her matches and stuff, she still is good, but she just needs. They all do. They just need a chance to. They need a chance, and they need the right opponent. They need the right partner, and then all of
Right.
them can pretty much just impress. But I'm liking where it's going now. Finally, they're starting to get the ball rolling.
Well, and this will tie into what we're getting ready to talk about. We'll talk about that, and then we'll tie it all up. Um, in a for more or less just an ass kicking, Brody Lee beats Cody to become the team. I did not.
I didn't see
I
that
wouldn't have
coming
been.
at all.
I didn't. Not only did I not see him winning, I did not see Cody just getting his ass handed to him on a silver platter. Holy
Yeah,
fucking shit! That was what. Can't say Cody doesn't do what's best for business after that one because everybody was bitching and pissing and moaning about, oh, you bring in Brody Lee and Mox just beats him. Like, well, the next best thing is destroying probably the top good guy in your company and taking the secondary belt from him.
I thought it was great. I thought, especially because we were talking about last week with the Dark Order, how they really corrected their course because they have the top guy now with the belt. They have the
The
tag team
minions.
division, sub
Yeah.
division too. People, jobber guys underneath them, and then now they just added the girl officially because that was the whole in the tag team tournament episodes on YouTube. They kept on debating whether she is in the Dark Order or not, and she turned him down. But then I guess officially she's in it now by choking out Brandy. So it's just like obviously the Dark Order and Brody Lee, it was the right move for
Right.
sure.
And what's, I was at All Out a year ago, and I remember some friends of ours, kind of saying like, this Dark Order thing's stupid. How long are they going to? Oh, they're still doing that damn Dark Order thing. That's dumb. After the end of that last night, where not only did they crush the top good guy in the company and take the secondary belt, but they like the way they had the whole like, we beat up all your family. They beat up Arn Anderson. They beat up
Yeah,
Dustin. They beat up QT Marshall. They choked out his wife. It's kind of like we destroyed everything you love and
yeah.
took your belt that meant so much. Like that's like some no pun intended. That's
Shattered
some
the other
dark fucking
belt.
yeah. Shattered the other belt, so he couldn't even have that anymore. The original belt that he won. It's just like this is some
Yeah,
dark fucking shit. And this is
it's exactly how it had to have happened too. Because if they would have had a back and forth match, then everyone would have been more pissed. I think because then it would have been like, oh, they're just playing favorites with the WWE guys, or oh, they're just whatever. But since it was like a definitive finish, where it was like, Brody squashed this guy, like he's here, he means business now, whatever.
I
It
can
was a
still
standout moment.
and I can still see Cody maybe getting a rematch at All Out. Maybe cage match, street fight, or something. To bring the violence.
We haven't
Um,
really seen that yet, have we? In AEW, like, do they get automatic rematches for titles? And stuff? Because there hasn't really been too many
we haven't seen anything like that, but I
title
could see it.
changes.
I could kind of see, I could see
Like
that play.
Jericho and Mox didn't have a rematch.
No, I mean, and I don't have a problem with automatic rematches if you don't do it every fucking time.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, oh hey, Cody got squashed, and then at the pay per view they have another more competitive match, and Brody Lee wins, and then Brody Lee moves on. Okay, that's cool. But if they do like 3 weeks of Dynamite, Cody versus then I can kind of see that point. But like even in WWE, if they do like, hey, the next month it's an automatic rematch, as long as you use it sparingly or use it when it would make sense, I
But
don't
like
have a problem
Jericho's
with
the
it.
one who just described it too, right? He's like, where I come from, we call it a rubber match or whatever. Like they have to have 3 matches,
Right? Yeah.
settle it. But no, I thought, yeah, Dark Order. I'm a huge fan of them now, especially
Oh
seeing
yeah.
where they started
Well,
from.
I liked Grayson and Evil.
Yeah,
Evil Lou.
like when they
I watched him when
debuted
it.
and stuff.
Well, I liked him when they were the Super Smash Brothers on the Independents.
I just found out about him at All In, and I
Right.
was just
Which
like,
is
who are these guys? But I thought
yeah.
it was a cool idea, cool concept, and then it did fall flat, and then they started building it up again. When they started doing those vignettes where it was like join, I think that's kind of when they started
Yeah,
turning.
because they were like making it where it was. I feel like if they would
making it more like a cult kind of a thing.
I felt like it kind of reminded me of Hydra from like Marvel book comics and movies, where it's like you don't know where they're hiding at. You
don't know who's a part of
yeah,
it.
you don't know who's in the that your teacher could be in it. This the guy at the grocery store could be part of it. Yeah.
I just realized Colt Cabana wasn't there.
You're right. Actually, you know what would actually be kind of cool? You could have Cody get his automatic rematch, and then build up to a Colt going after Brody when he probably inevitably does not join Dark Order.
Yeah.
Like, that could be a good storyline. I'm not saying Colt has to win, but you know what I mean? That'd be good.
Because it's like, now that, because Cody went through a lot of people for the TNT belt. Like, he had a match a week, which kind of runs its course after a while, because they had to even bring in people like David Finlay, I think, right? But with Brody, if he's the new champ, then I don't think he should have weekly matches. It should be more of a special thing, or whatever. But then, like, his first opponent's got to be a good one. So, him versus Colt Cabana could be good, yeah.
I think it was good for Cody to have the weekly matches because it immediately establishes the quality of the belt of every week.
Yeah.
If every week he's having, for all intents and purposes, every week he was having the best match on the show against a diverse group of wrestlers, it's like, okay, it makes the belt seem like people want it, and it makes the belt competitive and puts it up on a pedestal when you're seeing that belt every week. And back in the day, that's like what the TV title was. I thought that's kind of what they're going with the TNT title is, hey, here's the belt that's defended every week.
Yeah, and it makes sense, but like, I just don't think. I don't think Brody Lee should take that route, especially if he's the leader. Like I was saying, like the top of the Dark Order, he should have his minions do his bidding for him or whatever. So it's kind of like
it's a good thing for a good guy, but not so good for a bad guy champion to do.
Exactly. Yeah.
But
I want to see the Dark Order go for stuff too.
Yeah, I agree. We'll see what happens there. I definitely think there need to be trios belts at this point.
Yeah, they got to do something because they're running, especially if Moxley's going to defend the belt every once in a while or whatever. If that's going to be a special thing too, it's like they need something to chase or something to go for.
But I don't mind. I don't mind them not having a huge abundance of belts because it keeps whenever somebody wins a belt special.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I just forgot too. They just had the Thunder Rosa vignette. Or the
segment. And she had the NWA title with her, NWA Women's title. So
that just reminded me right now. I was like, wait a minute, they are. So that's a huge deal too because they haven't done cross promotion yet since All In really. And so if they're going to bring in NWA again and stuff and use their talent, it's because Ricky Starks just came from there too.
Yeah.
So I would not. I would not. Working relation.
I would. Yeah. And the NWA is not running right now because of the pandemic. So I could see them helping the NWA out in their time of need right now and say, hey, he's got some of your guys come to the.
But also, if Kenny's still the AAA champ right now, and if Mox is still the U.S. champ for New Japan. Like, if just start using all these belts.
I know New Japan and AEW are not on the best of terms.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, hey, if Cody's gonna step away from the TNT title, I would have no problem with him having a program with Aldis for the NWA title again.
Yeah, that'd be great. But in an AEW officially this time or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe whenever they, who knows when this whole thing's going to end, but like maybe the next big show in Chicago go, hey, let's do that rubber match. You've won one, I've won one. Let's do number 3. And
I know I almost went to that too. I even tried buying tickets for that NWA show, but it fell through. It was like too close, I think. But something happened where I didn't go, but I wish I did because that would have been cool.
Aldis's title reign has gone since he defeated Cody for the title.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That could be something to be looked into. Thunder Rosa, get Nick Aldis.
Oh, and last thing I just wanted to mention before, if we were wrapping up or anything, is during the MJF segment, his lawyer, that was
Must have
Zack
been a
Ryder,
pair.
that's his buddy.
Who is that?
Mark Sterling.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Zack Ryder's buddy. So
Mm.
if Zack Ryder got hired and he's bringing his friends, you know who's going to come next.
Zack Ryder's only supposed to be there for like 5 more. He has 5 events. He's got like a part-time contract.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I've read. That's according to the dirt sheets that like Zack Ryder was only has like 5 obligated appearances.
Oh.
So
That sucks.
it'd be good because then it's like, hey, I can bring him in for this, or hey, going back to Cody and the Dark Order, they've hurt his whole family, but here comes Zack Ryder. So there's a lot of directions they could go with that, and then, to me that makes it more interesting because it's like, oh, how are they going to use him next? They only got a couple more with him, so.
Oh, Ryder can probably go after Brody Lee, try to get some revenge for Cody, and just get squashed himself.
Yeah. But yeah, I believe it is time to wrap this up. Well, we didn't do 20, but we kept it under an hour, which is kind of cool.
Nice.
Yeah, we're almost about 40 minutes, so that's not bad at all. So thank you, everyone, for joining.
SummerSlam Day.
It is SummerSlam Day. We're going to sign off. Believe you still have, let me double check my social media. Of course, it doesn't want to load. And say, yeah, nope, you are no longer eligible to enter the contest, so everything is locked in. Thank you all for participating, and remember, if you win the grand prize over this guy on the other end of the tin can string, you get a free poster or autograph along with the rest of your grand prize winnings. So, hey.
Yeah, there was a lot of title changes last night, so I'm sticking with my guns that Asuka's getting double squashed.
All right, well that could keep your dreams alive of figures, DVDs, and comics, but it could also crush the dreams of an extra poster with someone else's figures, DVDs, and comic books. But thank you all for watching. We're out later.
Nice.
All right. All right, man. Thanks.